I'm selling everything when this next happens. Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. Guys, I want to take you through a few charts that I think are really important to us because they're going to show us the tops of the markets, the bottoms of the markets, and it's going to give you a good, clean insight as to when you should be buying and selling your crypto. If it sounds interesting to you, drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Let's do this. I got a few charts up. We're going to start with this chart here. It's called the Pi Cycle. Get some coffee, sit down, chill with me. If you're new to these charts and you're looking, thinking, oh, it just looks confusing, I'm going to make it super simple. This is clean charts. There's no crazy lines or anything, super clean charts. And this is what's going to help you on your journey. The Pi Cycle calls the tops of the markets. Before I go any further, I need to let you know, this is not financial advice. Please do your further research before you invest your money. But that's what this Pi Cycle does. It calls the tops of the markets. This was our most recent top, right? And you're thinking, well, how can it be in April when we went further on and then did another all-time high? I believe that the second all-time high was a false top. And when you look at this Pi Cycle where it calls the top around April 15th, somewhere around there, you can look on the glass node, which gives you on-chain data analysis, and you can see exactly where everyone with at least one Bitcoin was selling off their Bitcoin. And this is the chart right here. Real quick, we've got a lot of serious things that's going to open your minds and you'll understand why I'm selling when this happens. I'm going to zoom this in. Look at where everyone was selling their Bitcoin. All the big money that had about $50,000 or more. Because Bitcoin was right up here. Look at this. Look, it was in about $40,000. But the orange line is where everybody with at least one Bitcoin or more is selling off, because you can see the curve. It was curving round and round and round. And by the time it got to about April 15th, April 14th, April 15th, April 14th to 15th, that's when the Pi Cycle called its top. You just saw it in the last chart. Look at the sell-off already that's happening that you couldn't see. This is why Glassnode's powerful, because you can start to see what big money's doing behind our backs. And this is what happened, the massive sell-off, and then everyone else started to panic and sold. So this is powerful, and this definitely caused the tops. And I'm going to definitely be selling all my Bitcoin when this signals again. When you see this pink line, it signals the top of the cycle. Let's break it down, because we can get a good glimpse of how much money we can make, and when to get back in, kind of thing. So if we look back at because this goes right back, it's been calling tops of the cycles every single time. Look, 2018s, 2013, 14s. Let's start here. This is a perfect way to start, because what we know by looking at this is we have a green line and then we have a red line. And when the red line comes up and then it crosses the green line, look at the cross. Showed you before if you watch my channel. You're going to see again, when you see this cross of the red line, that sparks the top. And you see the purple line come down, that's the top of the market. So we know that when that happens, the cross, this is the top. But look at this. After the top, now it's not accurate. You're thinking, oh, well, it's here, it went a bit higher. Maybe 20, 30%, fine. If you want to chase that, fine. But I'm selling when I see that purple, because after this purple line, we always see a massive crash. And in this sense, whether you want to call it massive or not, this was an 81% crash after the purple line. And if you want, you can pretty much say it usually comes back down to this Pi Cycle indicator. And as you can see, it came right down to this Pi Cycle indicator. It almost kissed this red bit, and then it started to recover and whatnot. Let's take a look at the next one, because I want to see again. Look, after the pink or purplish line down, which is calling the top, we see a crash down to this indicator. Again, the Pi Cycle indicator. And how much are we talking here? Let's just say that was the top. We're talking about a 68% crash down to this indicator again. Let's move forward. Let's go to the next cycle. So, you had this whole long run, 2017's coming, top of 2017, 2018. We have the purple line indicating to us that this is the top of the cycle. And look at how much it crashes after the purple line. It comes straight down to this Pi Cycle indicator where the red and the green is. You're talking about a 48% crash. 48, 50, whatever you want to call it. 80, it's a good enough size crash for you to take profits and then buy back in. But in this case, it pierced through. So, you know, if you wanted to, you can probably call it from here to here. But what I'm trying to get at is you now have a clean insight as to when you should be taking your profits. Yeah. When you see that purple line, I'm selling my Bitcoin. The whole lot. And I'm going to sit back and wait for these big drops. Look, if you want to say from the pierce, when it pierced through, that's 68% drop. And if I buy back in at that point, fine. And then I'll ride the wave up. And, you know, and that'd be a temporary ride just to get some more crypto. Because, you know, after that, usually when it crosses, you know, we got to wait a long period of time before it crosses again. And you can see here, it's years and years, or a couple of years, you see? So, and then this was the cross that we recently had. Again, I explained to you why I believe this is the top. And this second one was the false top. But even still, even if you sold here or here, look how similar the prices that you're selling. I'm going to put a line right in between so you can see. I mean, how much more was you missing out on if you didn't sell here? If you didn't sell here and you waited and sold at the top over here, how much are you missing out on? You're not missing out on much. You know, a couple of percent. I can't even get it out. Couple of percent. So I think that we need to seriously pay attention. Look at this. Look, real quick. When we see the purple line call its top, we have a drop. And in this sense, it came right back down to the indicator, the pi cycle. That was only a 25% drop. So according to the past, we had 50% drops, 70% drops, or 80% drops. So when I see 25% drop, in my head now, it's more than likely that we're going to see a bigger drop. So, you know, imagine we couldn't see all this event down here. You know that you've just seen a 25% drop. It's still likely that there's more to come because that's what we saw in the past. Now, the past doesn't always represent what's going to happen in the future, but it sure as hell plays out because look at this. It pierces through. Look how low it goes. You're talking about a 53% drop. So this is what I'm looking for. Now I'm looking for the pi cycle top, selling all my Bitcoin, waiting for that 50 to 70 or 80% drop. Then I'm going to buy back in like a boss. If I double my Bitcoin, cool. Or if I make 50% more of my Bitcoin, cool. Because that's what it's about, making profits. The altcoins also fell at this time. So if you wanted to sell everything, your whole altcoins and the whole lot, you can. And then look for that 50 to 60% crash and buy back in. Because this is what this is signaling. That sounds weird. You say it. Signaling. Signal. Anyway, it's giving us a signal. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's giving us a signal that we should be seriously selling when this gives, you know, when it comes about, the pi cycle. So I want to show you some more things that can call the top of the market. You've not seen this before on my channel. I'm going to show you. And again, patrons are seeing this video first. Take a look at this. Another, oh, no, not that one. Here, another glass node indicator. This is called the realized cap hodl waves. It's powerful. Why? Because when you have a good look at these waves, you can see where the most heated is, like where it's heated up the market, where the people, you know, well, let me just come down, but you can see it. Hold on. I want to explain what it was. You can't see it. I got some stupid things coming up, some little alerts. Here we go. So you can see where the most heated is in the market, where the tops of the cycle. Hodl waves weighted by realized price. The idea for this visualization of hodl waves was first introduced by Typer Bowl. Cool. Okay. So, well, for me, just when I look at it, it shows red, and it shows red in the most parts where there's the top of the cycle. Red here, a high bit of red here, lots of red here. All the parts where we're seeing the top of the cycles is where we're seeing red, like a lot of, you know, orangey red. And same with here where we was, orangey red. But notice when we're in the bear market, the red, you know, the cool off, the whole red of cool off is empty. You know, there's more yellow here in this area, and same here, you know, the bit of yellow in this area. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for, and I'm using this just for tops, calling the tops. When we see some big red, that's when we're going to know the next cycle where we're coming up towards the top of the cycle, okay? And that's why I want to show you this. And now, how do we find the bottoms? Well, this right here, the extreme fear and greed fear and greed index for crypto, mainly Bitcoin. This, you can really use this as a powerful tool to know when the bottom of the markets are in. Now, if you can see right now, we're in extreme fear 9. I always say to you, when you're watching this, you should be buying like a boss, buying as much crypto as you can, because buy when everybody else is fearful, okay? In extreme fear, you buy. Not investment advice, just saying. But take a look at this. I've switched this to max, and you can see everything that's happened right back until, well, this says 2018. But that's fine, because when you look here, we've got December 2018. We was down in extreme fear, and not that much low. We're talking 11s, 13s, where else? 11s. We were down there for a period of time. And that called the bottom of the market, because look at the date, November the 22nd. When you come back on the Bitcoin chart, right, and look back, right, November the 22nd was around about here, look, right near enough towards the bottom of the market. You was buying around here if you was watching this and watching the Fear and Greed Index. Look, November the 22nd, all around here. Take a look at the next one. So down here, we was down in this area, 12, what else is it? 11. Again, these areas, what was this? March 22nd of 2020. So when we look at Bitcoin again, where's March 22nd put us? Well, look at this, look. So March 12th, March 16th, somewhere around here. You would have been buying around this drop here. Where's March 22nd? Well, March 22nd is here. So yeah, you would have been buying in this whole, COVID crash that happened. So looking back again, we're here now. Where's this? All of this down here, we were down here for a period of time. This is, this marks off around May, let's go right back, how far back? May 19th, right? May 19th, 20th, 22nd of 2021. Where was that? Well, if we go back to the charts here, this was all this dip down here. You would have been buying down here. You see, so you're buying at these bottoms. Well, you can't really class that as a bottom, but it was the bottom of that cycle, and then the trend reversed and went back bullish again. So this is what I'm getting at. Now I'm looking at this. We are down here again. We're down at this, we're seeing 12s, 7s, 8s, a lot of panics, 9s. It's not showing, I saw 7s. This is a good time to be buying because it could very well be the bottom of the market. I'm not 100% sure, but it could very well be. We could be seeing the start of the formation of a bottom of the market, just like we saw the formation of the bottom right down here. Squiggly lines. Okay, it went a bit lower, but we was in this area for a period of time. It was classed as the bottom of the market. If you bought anywhere here, you was buying like a boss, because to buy down here about 3,000 or 3,500 and sell up at 70 grand or 65 grand. You're like a boss. So that's another way you can see the bottom. What have I got here? What's this over here? Okay. Now, my patrons have been seeing this for a while. I uploaded this to my channel a few days ago, or from whenever you're watching this video, a day ago, whenever. This is powerful because it talks about net unrealized profit and loss. And the easiest way to explain it is, if you have crypto now, let's say you buy XRP now. Yeah, and XRP falls down and you lose, I don't know, let's say you put 100 quid in and now your 100 pounds worth is only worth 10 pounds. You have an unrealized profit you have an unrealized loss. But if you don't sell it, it's still unrealized. The only time it becomes realized loss, like, I've got a loss now for sure, is when you sell it. So if you don't sell it, there's a chance it could go up, and it can go up to like £1,000. Now you're in unrealized profit. And if you sold it at the top, it becomes profit. But if you don't sell it and it's at £1,000, it's called unrealized profit. This is powerful because it also helps you see where the bottoms and the tops are of the markets. You can see where people are capitulating, selling at an extreme loss. And that's these dark red lines. And notice at the dark red lines is where we've seen the bottoms of the market, right? And this is why you need to become a patron, because I'm going to keep preparing my patrons for things like this and know exactly when to be buying where we feel the bottom is. Now, where are we today? If you look over to the far right, we've got a little sharp line down here. We could very well be coming into seeing some capitulation. When it happened, time will tell. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. So look, we're right around here. This looks like it could start to be forming a red. It's getting like a dark orange. So maybe we could see the Bitcoin price come down a little bit more. When this goes red, that's a signal that, we are seriously near enough at the bottom. We're seeing capitulation. We're seeing probably Bitcoin miners selling at a loss. Loads of people maybe selling. I don't know. Just people selling at a loss because it's just so low in price. So this is a powerful chart to look at when you want to find the bottoms of the market. Okay, and if you want to get this up, you can try go on Glassnode yourself. But if you don't have a paid subscription membership, because I've got the paid version that unlocks loads of different things, you know, you can, because what happens is the free version doesn't show you the most recent chart analysis. See, I just showed you what's happening right now. You won't be able to see that. You know, it cuts it off like back to November. You know, when we had the all-time highs. So you know, if you want to see this, become a Patreon, because I'm going to update you on things like this. As soon as it sparks red, I'm going to be taking photos and screenshots and showing my Patreons, bringing videos on it, and they're going to see exactly what's going on. Don't miss it. I've got 7 tiers. Take your pick. I recommend my exclusive VIP partner tier, because this unlocks all my posts. So let me show you. Let me come down. Loads of different tiers. Take your pick. I got 10% off as well. So if you want to be with me for the year, you can do that. You get 10% off. Save some money. But this one here, exclusive VIP partner tier. This one will show you when I'm buying, selling, staking. If you want that a little bit more, I've got my CEO tier. It gives you my super alerts. You get access to my VIP Telegram group. We're talking about loads of stuff over there. We've got big money in that space that know how to make money, and they're still sharing great projects in a bear market. And they're probably making nice gains. So if you don't want to miss that, come over there. But you'll also hear what I'm going to buy way before I buy it, way before I put an alert, because we're discussing it. We're talking about it in this space. So let's go back to this. So I showed you the hodl waves, showed you this. Have a look down here. This is the last one that I want to leave you with, and it's this one right here. And it is powerful, because this one is, you know, a regular chart. We've got the Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, which is every candle that you see is 1 week's worth of action. I'm looking at this because Bitcoin's doing something that is never done before in its history. What do I mean? Well, when you take a look at just this here, right, the RSI. Now, when you think about the crashes that we've had, right, look back at 2018's crash and look at where the RSI was when it happened. If you look closely, it came down to about here. This purple line was about here, right? That's the bottom of the, because, you know, the RSI basically, for people who are new, when it goes up really high above this mauve area, look at all these little wicks or lines that you're getting up here. Above this dotted line, it's oversold. And when it's underneath, it's overbought. When it's underneath, it's oversold. And for the first time in its history, it's never been as oversold on the weekly time frame as what it is now. And that's why I'm showing you, because this is serious. Because, you know, again, look at when we was this low in the markets. And on the RSI and the price, look at where it called the bottom. Bottom was here. You know, the RSI was down here. You see, so every time we've been at the bottom of the cycles of the markets, we've had the RSI down here. And this white line represents where we are right now with the Bitcoin RSI. And if I come forward, look, you can see, right? Maybe I've not got it exact. Let me bring it up a little bit like this. So this is where we are right now with the RSI. It's really oversold in price. So we could be seeing the beginnings of the formation of the bottom of the cycle. I really believe so. So maybe now is a good time to consider, you know, and again, not investment advice, but if you see some coins that you like that are cheap, maybe consider buying them, because you can't time the bottom. That's one thing I've learned. You can't time the bottom. You could be sitting all day long thinking, oh, I'm going to wait for it to happen here, wait for it to go here, but it just might not ever happen. I remember trying to do that with Cardano 4 years ago. I'll just wait for it to go, because, you know, I was buying it at a penny or 2 pence, and then it went up to 4 pence, and I was like, oh, you know, this is the bottom of the market. I'll just wait for it to go back down to a penny. Oh, it's 8 pence. I'll just wait for it to go back to 4 pence. Oh, it's 15 pence. You just can't time it. So if you see a price you like, buy now whilst it's cheap. And again, it's not investment advice, but I'm just showing you things that seriously tally up to this potentially being the bottom of this trend, if you want to call it. Unless Bitcoin does something absolutely insane and it just keeps crashing, which we've never seen before. But if it does, I mean, there's a slight chance it could, because of the whole stuff that's going on with the stock market. But, you know, I'm just showing you what I see here. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. If this was helpful to you, please drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. I'm going to keep remaining on my positive energy, keep bringing these charts that can help you on your journey. And now you know exactly when I will be selling, when I see this pie cycle coming in. Guys, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.